How you doing, folks? It's Joe Value here for Cold Bear Sports on Friday night with three selections for tomorrow, and I have one in the Patreon service as well. Before I get on to them, I'll just touch on today. Finding it hard to get a bit of momentum. Hidden Commander, we seem to be after getting the value alright. Biggest 4-1 last night and got smashed in to win around 6-4 or something before the off. And I thought we were in business, but he never really just got going, He seemed to be always kind of on his head a bit, and maybe the track was a bit tight. Might be a bit better suited to a more galloping track. The likes of Weatherby or something like that, I think, over maybe a little bit further. But he's definitely well fancied today now. The lad that owns him really does like a punt, and he doesn't often leave it behind him, but he left it behind him today, and probably want to keep an eye on moving forward. Hidden Commander's name of it. Wouldn't lose faith in him yet, but that was a bad race today, and it was disappointing the way he folded when the pressure really was applied. But not to worry. Moving on to tomorrow, as I say, I mentioned Weatherby there. My Patreon service horse will be running Weatherby. Hopefully it stays around the price it is now. It's a decent each way price, and I'd be looking forward to him running. For my YouTube, my three selections. There's no prices for Fairyhouse yet, unfortunately, and I'm just about to head off. So I'll just give them on anyway. So whatever price they are, you'll find them there handy enough yourselves. And but I'll start off with Kempton anyway. The 3:15 in Kempton, the horse named Smarty Wild. Now I know Paddy tipped this up a couple of days ago, and both of us tipped them up the last time. So I don't see any reason why we can't just go for him again. He is a horse that's a big galloping type, and he's been held up in these races. He has won around Kempton before, so I'm hoping to change the tactics. I was hoping this last time as well, but seemed to just hold on to him the last time. But if they let Smarty Wild give him his head early on and let him gallop away and jump away, I think he'll take a hell of a lot of beating. He's 4-1 generally, nearly in every bookmaker. He's 3-1 with the green bookie. But they always have them a bit skimpy the night before, as we all know by now. So yeah, I'll stick them up there. I'm going to do a point each way travel. Just picked out three of them that should be competitive. So he's the first one, Smarty Wild. It says they run 4-1. In the 124 Fairyhouse, Arthur Moore trains this Who Won the Toss. And this horse gave a good horse of Willie Mullins' a good race one day called MC Muldoon. Now I know MC Muldoon, they were actually slightly disappointed at even though it won, but to be warming that lad's arse, it was still a good performance. And Who Won the Toss here? There's plenty of runners, but I think the overall form gives us one the edge. So I'll go for Who Won the Toss there in the 124. As I said, no prices at the moment. And then for my third selection, the last one in the each way treble, Brandy Harbour, who's in great form over fences, goes back to hurdles in the 3:07 race at Fairyhouse there tomorrow. And the way she's running, she was very, very good at this the last time, full of enthusiasm, and really liking her work at the moment. So you couldn't oppose her, and I go for that one there in the 3:07 Brandy Harbour. So just quickly, the three horses: Smarty Wild in the 3:15 at Kempton, 124 at Fairyhouse, Who Won the Toss, and 3:07 at Fairyhouse, Brandy Harbour. I'll stick them in there as a 1 point each way treble. And then Sunday, there's a horse running in the 3:50 at Punchestown called Glenloe. Now, he has probably had his training problems. He hasn't been seen too often, but it's worth remembering that he gave Delta work plenty to think about one time at the Cheltenham Festival, probably about 3 years ago now. But the connections are persistent with him, and he did show a good bit more last time, I thought. And this is a weak race. If he can, Derek O'Connor rides as well, which is no bad thing. And if he runs anywhere near his capabilities, he should be winning as well. Now, obviously, there's no prices through for Sunday yet either. 3:50 Punchestown, Glenloe. If the each way treble clicks, maybe should have a nice little go at Glenloe. So that's it anyway. As I said, nothing in the Patreon service today. I'll have one there for tomorrow once the price holds up, and I'll have one for Sunday as well, which I quite fancy. So Yeah, look, hopefully things start going our way. Uh, it's test your patience at times, this game, but nothing we haven't seen before. And hopefully we can drive on now the weekend and get some positive results. Joe Value for Cold Beer Sports. I'll talk to you Monday. Have a great weekend, bet safe, and enjoy the sport. All the best.